Canadian government recently made some very welcome announcements about family reunification. If you are a spouse who's applying for PR, or if you are a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident who's about to get married and sponsor their spouse for Canada, there are 3 announcements that you must know. These measures include faster temporary resident visa processing times for spousal applicants, a new open work permit for spousal and family class applicants, and open work permit extensions for certain work permit holders that are expiring between August 1st and end of this year. In case this is your first time here, my name is Rashid Ali. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant from Ontario, Canada. And in this channel, I share information about Canadian immigration, visas, and citizenship. This information that I share is not legal advice. If you do need legal advice, you want to discuss your case, we can set up a consultation, discuss your scenario in detail so you get the right information, you don't waste your time, energy, money, and you can figure out a way forward. If interested, you can get in touch using this link. Let's dive into the details. If you are a sponsor who's in the process of inviting their spouse to Canada through a spousal sponsorship, 3 questions must have surely crossed your mind. The first question is, should my spouse apply for a visitor visa while their PR application is processed? The second question people usually ask is, will a visitor visa be approved if a PR application is already in process? The third question is, if my spouse's visitor visa is refused, will it have any negative impact on their PR application? And that's why a lot of people just keep waiting. They never apply for a visitor visa for their spouses. My thoughts on these questions is that yes, your spouse can apply for a visitor visa, as there's a provision in the Canadian immigration law called dual intent, which means that you can have both the intent for PR and temporary visit at the same time. But the challenge here is that you must demonstrate that you have the ability and intent to return to your country after a temporary visit, which can be challenging for someone to show who already have their PR in process. So the government has finally announced that they will make it easier to get a visitor visa for such applicants now. In fact, for those spouses whose PR application is already submitted, their visitor visa application could be approved within 30 days. Now that answers the first 2 questions, and the new public policy addresses that. Regarding the third question of whether or not a visit visa refusal has any negative impact on your spouse's PR application, the answer is no. There is no negative impact, but make sure that you do not share any false or misleading information in any of the applications. In the worst case scenario, even if your visitor visa application is refused, and as long as you didn't share any false information, it will not negatively impact the PR application. That was part of the first announcement. If you are someone who has applied for PR through spousal sponsorship and your application is in progress and you are outside of Canada, now you can apply for a visitor visa. The government is in fact encouraging you to apply for a visitor visa, and they will try to approve it within 30 days. The next announcement is about an open work permit for spousal and family class applicants. So now you can apply for an open work permit, which means you can work for any employer in Canada and you don't need an LMIA or a job offer to apply for this work permit if you meet these conditions. You must have applied for PR under the spouse or common law partner in Canada, or a spouse, common law, or conjugal partner under the family class, and you've received acknowledgement of receipt for the application. If you've done that and you're in Canada and you're living with your sponsor at the time of this application and you're living at the same address, you can now apply for an open work permit. So you can not only live in Canada, but you can work. Now you must be wondering, that's awesome, but how will you meet the condition of currently residing in Canada? Well, more details on this are yet to come, but so far it seems that the best approach is something like this. You apply for your PR application. Once you receive your AOR or acknowledgement of receipt, you apply for a visitor visa, get that visitor visa within 30 days, you come to Canada and reside with your spouse or common law partner. You then apply for an open work permit if you wish to do so. So this is a big step forward. Not only do you not have to wait anymore, you can be with your spouse or common law partner, but you can also start working in Canada. The third announcement is regarding the extension of open work permits. So if you are on a spousal open work permit right now and your work permit is expiring anywhere from August to December of this year, you will be able to request an extension of this work permit free of cost. And this is similar to the extension for the PGWP that was recently announced by the government. So these are the recent announcements. These just came out day before yesterday. More details are to come very soon. To summarize, if you've applied for PR through spousal or common law partner sponsorship, either as an in Canada class applicant or a family class applicant, that is you're currently outside of Canada, you can apply for an open work permit. If you're outside of Canada, you can apply for a visitor visa, get it approved fairly quickly within 30 days so you can join your spouse in Canada. Now for the open work permit conditions, you still need to demonstrate that your relationship is genuine. That assessment still has to be done, but more details on that soon. If you're interested in receiving more information about these recent announcements, just send me an email, info@pcici.ca with the subject spousal public policy, and I will ensure that you receive future updates. One quick note, I'm going to be launching an online community later this year. This community is for those who want to visit, study, work in Canada, or for those who are already in Canada but they want to invite their family, their spouses, their parents, their siblings, their friends to come live with them in Canada, to settle in Canada, to find jobs. The purpose is for all of us to hang out online, support each other, have some fun, and network in this online community. We want a diverse community with people who are serious about their goals, so there will be an application process. If you're interested in joining this community, I will leave a link in the description. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.